Yo, bloody K geezers, welcome back to another episode of the next special one. And just before we get started today, geezers, I just wanted to let you know, you might have been seeing some of this stuff. I'm running a competition on shorts, and I just wanted to stick it in a main video just to give you a little bit more of an update. Now, of course, it is all about sharing one of my shorts, and all you have to do is download one for yourself from TikTok. One of the shorts has got these little captions down the bottom showing a clip from my main video, and you have to share it on your own channel. And the person with the most likes on that video will then become the star of my next RTG in FC24. So, if you do want to get involved, go to my videos, go to the competition playlist in my shorts, and have a look at the tutorial. It gives you all of the information that you need to get yourself involved. Best of luck for that, and let's get back to the video. Right then, so, in the last episode, Aston Villa going toe-to-toe with Bayern Munich in a Champions League final. It went to penalties, and of course, this is how it went. Big save! Come on! Emmy, unreal. Yes, he saved it! Come on, Martinez! One more save. Oh, it's Andy Robertson. It's Andy Robertson. Oh my God. Where's he going? He's chipping it. Oh, it's got down the middle! It's done! It's done! Emmy Martinez, you beautiful, beautiful man! He's won it for Aston Villa, Champions League winners, and we won it against Bayern Munich last time. We've won it against Bayern Munich again. Absolute scenery from the boys. Mr. Tankinho has only gone and got himself another major. But I tell you what, there's a storm brewing in Italy, you know. Breaking news coming out of Italy. Inter Milan have been caught up in another match-fixing scandal. It is believed on the road to the Serie A title last season, certain amounts of cash have changed hands so that Inter Milan could receive favourable decisions from referees. Due to this information coming to light, Inter Milan have been stripped of their Serie A title from the previous season. They have also been told that they need to fork out over €1 billion to pay back to the league, made up from player sales, and Simone Inzaghi has left his post as Inter Milan manager, but reports are suggesting they've already found themselves a replacement. It's going to be his biggest test yet. But Jose Tankinho has decided to take on the rebuild of Inter Milan. And I tell you what, they couldn't have picked anyone better. Look at the side that we are taking over. Some absolutely incredible talents in there. Lucas must be the region of Benzema. You've got Balogun, Lazaro, Henrique as well on the other side. Almada, Pellegrini and Olmo in the middle. What an absolute team this would have been. But of course, everyone needs to be sold. We are putting everyone up for transfer on the transfer list. And the only stipulation is that we get these 3 players in. I will get you that £1 billion, I promise you. But in return, we need to see these 3 players come into the squad. Let's get on it then, boys. Mass exodus of players in bloody coming. Kalulu and Henrique going out the door. You got a little counter in the bottom right hand corner for you there as well, just to show you how much money we're getting rid of. Olmo goes for 100 mil. Thiago going for a massive £134 million. Lucas also wanted by Juventus. They don't even want Golo Mawani either. No one wants him. Couple of extra players going out here. Florian Balogun going out. Lucas going out for 222 mil. Kimmich as well leaving for 80 mil to Aston Villa. Onana another one. You've got Sanchez going out as well. And also, I had this Lazaro geezer. I don't know where the clip went, but he went for 95 million. You'll just have to bloody trust me. After that mass exodus of players, then, like I said before, Tankinho, he only had 3 wishes, and they were all his ex-players. The first one we bring in is Carlos Reese. Comes into the club. We last saw him at Hamburg, but he's grown into a raw old player nowadays. Next up then, we are going to be speaking to our old club. Look at our replacement, Roberto Martinez. Talk about downgrade of the bloody century from Tankinho to Martinez. But we're chatting with him because there's two players we need from that Aston Villa side. The first one is the most important one, and he's going to be Mr. El Capitano this year. It's Mr. How-To, followed by Youngblood. Bailey's coming back to the club after that absolutely exquisite goal he scored in the league last season. We needed him back. He's going to be the linchpin of this side, and we've now got our old decent spine to this team. But before we crack on and start having a look at some players that we might want to be bringing in, look at this man. Put respect on his bloody name. Mr. How-To with greens left, right and centre. And you can see here I'm playing with the idea of playing him centre defensive midfield. Just look at the stats. 80 pace, 75 shooting. The man can lick shots. Passing incredible. The man can play anywhere. I'm training him up to be a centre defensive midfielder, but we'll just have to see how it goes. But look at stare at rest at squad. Let's face it, we need a goalkeeper. Very, very important that position. We also need a striker, someone who's going to nick a few goals for us. Maybe a centre defensive midfielder as well. We'll see how Mr. How-To progresses in that area. But we've got an half-decent side, lads. It's not too bad. But we are going to need to do some wheeling and dealing. We've got about 100 mil to spend. Let's go and have a look at where we're going to spend it then. First up is the most important position for me. We need someone decent between the sticks. And we've gone with Luigi Golini. He's played in the Premier League before. He's performed in the Serie A. He's going to be absolutely incredible. We also bring in another ex-Villa man. Duran comes in as well. The absolute poacher. And then last but not least, let's go nostalgia. All the way from Germany, we've got Anthony Elanga coming back in from HSV along with Nemeth as well, who's just going to stick himself on the bench and potentially come on, get himself a few goals here and there. But look at the boys. Look at how we're lining up then. God, it makes me feel so much better seeing all these boys in here. Pellegrini is one of the ones who stayed around from last time. The old El Capitano. He has now been demoted because obviously Mr. How-To, he's my baby. He's my bloody baby. You've got this Hartman geezer, another youth academy squad player. Bailey sitting in that cam role. We've got Anthony Elanga out on the left-hand side. DeMarco and Reese going to be sitting in that defensive midfield spots. We've got Mr. How-To, Bastoni. Dumfries at the back and Galini in goal. Lads, what can we do this season? I don't bloody know, but am I excited for it? Yes, I bloody am as well. Come on, the boys. Let's get into the highlights. If you're new around these parts, we do a bag of highlights and then we play the most important games at the end of the season. If you haven't already liked this video, make sure that you like it. Make sure you subscribed as well, because this week I had a chat with some people who basically audited my channel, had a look at some of my videos, basically said my channel's going nowhere, it's not going to work out. Let's bloody show them that that is not the case as we go in to our first Serie A game of the season against the old lady. Juventus are in town. Are you on it, lads? So I'm on it. I'm on it if you're on it. And if you're on it, I'm on it, you know what I mean? The rebuild starts here, then it's probably one of our toughest games of the season. First couple of minutes here, fantastic save from Galini. And this is something that you are going to be seeing a hell of a lot this season. Look at these saves. The man is just an absolute Spider-Man reincarnate. Kolo Muani, of course, he misses a sitter. You know what he does. Pellegrini, the Italian stallion, driving into the box and forcing a fantastic save from Lafont. But as the game grew on, we were getting stretched more and more often, and it's the Serbian Terminator. Vlahovic comes forward and absolutely rifles one past Galini. Not a fat lot he can do, lads, if we're not giving him the right level of protection. That's what I said to my missus' doctor the other day. Christmas is going to be a spenny one, I tell ya. Bastoni comes forward here against Venezia. Puts us into the lead with our first goal of the season. He's going to be an absolute problem for any defences this season. But Venezia come forward again late on. Fantastic save from Galini, but it does get forced over the line. It's another disappointing result as we come into this one. We are back in the Champions League and we're back on home soil. It's back in Brum A script so exquisite you thought Christopher Nolan would be behind it. It's back here at our old club. We're hoping for a good reception, but I know for a fact if I was there, I'd be giving him absolute both barrels. Bailey coming in, trying to break Houghton's legs to the start of the game here. Elanga whipping one just over the bar, but coming forward again here. He's going to lay the ball through to Duran, who's looking for a goal against his old club, but it's his old goalkeeper making fantastic saves again. But look at this for a little bit of a move. Bastoni with the back heel volley. And Duran this time sinks it into the back of the net. It's like a dagger through the heart. But listen, poacher's going to poach and this man loves his eggs fertilised. But Villa are slicing through us like a hot knife through butter. And they get themselves back into this game. But we're not going to stop there. Swinging balls in. Biscoff goes and heads one. But it's another fantastic save from Martinez. Last couple minutes of the game. Then Galini with a lovely save. And another save from Watkins. Follow up and it gets ushered out for a corner. They swing it in. Last second of the game. Then another outstanding stop from Galini. And it's a fantastic 1-1 draw in the Champions League. First game. I don't mind it, lads. Our attention now turned back into the league. You've got Pellegrini coming forward here against Roma. Lovely little Ronaldo chopping. He's absolutely sent that into top bins postage stamp. But Roma coming forward again. A quick 1-2 punch and they find themselves back into the lead. And we are definitely starting to feel the effects of this squad who lacks a bit of depth. But we've got Meles coming forward here. And he absolutely spanks one. I love a little power shot, you know me. And this one is an absolute arrow into that bottom corner. Like playing with a magician, this bloke. You never know what he's going to pull out the hat. Roma throwing the absolute bloody kitchen sink at us towards the end here. But we nick the ball. And it's absolute ping pong straight up the other end of the pitch. Elanga, he's going to pick the ball up. He sees Males on the other side of the pitch. And he goes, shall I do him? I fancy it, but he'll give me a right bollocking, won't he? But yeah, I do fancy it. Big time! Males with the winner against Roma. And the boys are going absolutely whap-dog. And this man must have the worst teeth in the whole bloody squad because he's gone and picked himself up a brace. Cracking little end to that game, but we're across seas again. Back in Champo, and this time it's against Shakhtar Donetsk. And I tell you what, the man, he's done it in England, he's done it in Germany, and he's about to do it in Italia. Go on, Elanga, gritty all over him, son. Gets us a big 3 points in that one as we go into this game against Napoli. The Italian stallion so cool with it, he just controls it with his back and clean through. On goal is Duran to give us a lead in this one. A couple of chances for Napoli going into the end of this game. Fantastic save from Galini. But I tell you what, all he's done in this season has been exquisite. But that, he's just had an absolute shocker. He's come out into no man's land. And the only balls he's left cradling at the end of it is his own. Shocker from Galini. But come on, we can let him off. He's played an absolute blinder at the start of this season. But we're back in Champo again. This time, it's the away leg against Aston Villa. Fantastic start to this game with Males smashing that ball straight at Emi Martinez, though. But Kessie comes up with an exquisite little finish on his weak foot. Kisses it off the bar, over the line. And we are 1-0 down against the mighty Aston Villa. And again, if you needed the quality of Galini being highlighted anymore, look at that stop from João Felix's effort here. But we keep up the pressure here. Bailey must be shitting in a swimming pool because he sent a floater all the way over to Pellegrini, who nods the ball down to Males. This man is on fire. Villa coming forward again, though. Williams swings the ball into the box. Bastoni almost scoring an own goal, but Galini sparing his blushes. Bastoni says, spread them, I'll be there in 5. And Males whips a ball in. Pellegrini grows like he's just at one of Super Mario's mushrooms and swings that ball into the back of the net again, kissing it off that far post. It just makes the goal just look so much sexier. But Villa weren't finished there. They come flying forward again with Diaby. Lovely little bit of tiki-taka football on the edge of the box. They give it into João Felix. and he strikes one clean into that bottom corner. Last chance saloon then as Inter Milan come flying forward with Biscoff's spread coming through. Tries the audacious little dink, but Martinez can only push it to the feet of Hartman. Tankinho goes and gets a fantastic result against his former employers. And that is the end of the Champions League group stages. And look at that beautiful reading for Inter Milan fans. We go through top of the pack. Serie A, not looking too good, I ain't going to lie to you. It's a rebuild season. Just keep remembering it's a rebuild season. 5th place at the moment. Couple of points behind Torino as it stands. But the boys, we've got a few more bits of cash lying about the old place. We've checked down the side of the sofa. We've had a look in the centre console of our motor. We found a couple of used elf bars. And we found enough money to bring in the man with hair longer than my bloody future. Someone get him a headband, because that bloody Barnet is a problem. It's the island boy himself.
Cause I'm an island boy and I've been trying to make. Oh, I'm an island boy.
Them two are proper wrong'uns, ain't they? They're brothers as well, you know. They're brothers. They are brothers. Actual blood brothers. Absolute wrong'uns. Anyway, less of that. We've got Fabio Silva in the absolute building. And this is going to be an absolute test for him. The first game is against Atalanta. Bergamo Calcio. Lovely little overhead kick. Almost setting up Pellegrini, but he just can't convert from point blank range. And another one, lads. What are we doing? We're missing sitters left, right and centre. We're going to cause ourselves some serious problems. Pellegrini coming forward. 73rd minute. Johan Duran. Duran with a beautiful little overhead kick. But again, lads, we just can't see it out, can we? Why are we dropping points left, right and centre? Another poor result in the grand scheme of things, but look at this. We're walking out in the snow to face our arch nemesis. It's AC Milan in a mid-season final Super Cup. I don't even know why we're here, to be honest with you. But I tell you what, it's a piece of silverware and we definitely want it. Do you want it? Because you're asking for it. You're dying for it. The Puskas Award comes driving through here in the last couple of minutes of extra time. Dinks it, and Johan Duran doing his best David Nugent impression and just prodding the ball. It was definitely going in, wasn't it? It was 100% going in. And Jermaine Defoe is somewhere rolling in his grave. He's not dead. He just hates to see people nick other people's goals. Mr. How To lifts the mid-season community shield. Like I said, I don't even know what it was. What did we just win? We get rid of a couple of deadwood players here to bring in the absolute GOAT, Linton. Joe Linton comes in for a cool 20-odd mil. And look at the team now. The rebuild is almost done. It's almost there, lads. But it's maybe a little bit too little too late in this season. But we've definitely got the foundation to give a good account of ourselves next season. But here we go, a little semi-final down us in the Coppa d'Italia against Fiorentina. Benvenuto tutti, and Kone going an absolute trying to double foot break dance his legs. Pellegrini not happy at all. But look at that, that's definitely a red card, ref. I don't know where you've been looking. Fantastic little nick of the play here. Duran goes clean through. All he has to do is find the back of the net, but he can't quite do it. Now, when are we going to see one of these goals from Mr. How To? The free kick is absolutely poor, but the little Peter Dinklage over to Puskas Award almost gets us the goal at the end of this match. Last couple mins, then Fiorentina give us an absolute scare. Me heart bloody stopped there. I was puckering, I tell you, I was puckering. Hartman misses the first penalty. Carlson has his penalty saved by Galini. Alanga steps up next, and it's another missed penalty. Gorey goes, and Peter Dinklage it right down the middle. DiMarco, it's a fantastic save again. We've missed 3 penalties on the trot. Another big save from Galini. But Biscoff has his saved again. Duro gets his save, but we've missed 4 penalties. Duran almost has his saved as well. It goes into the back of the net. But if they score, they go through. Almeida stepping up. sending Galini the wrong bloody way, and we're out of the cup at the last hurdle. Would have been nice to have a little final on our hands, boys, but we have fumbled the bag. This time, penalties are not so kind to us. Don't worry though, we've still got our fingers in a couple of pies, and this is the big pie. Last 16 of the competition, and we're up against RB Salzburg. I'm more of a monster man myself. And speaking of monsters, almost a monster goal from the island boy, but it just rattles that crossbar. Galini just about keeping that one out. We get the ball. Their striker again, but it's his turn to rattle the post. Marles gets put through down the line. It's a big stop from Kelleher, but from the corner, we haven't seen this much this episode, but Mr. How To, the El Capitano, goes and gets himself a fantastic goal. Can we see this one out, and can we get ourselves booked into the quarterfinals? Another stop from Kelleher here, but of course, these boys are in the last 16 for a reason. Chuck a blanket on Youssef in the box there, and he'd be keeping on his own. They've only gone and equalised, boys. We need a big last 10 minutes, and we've got Puskas Award. He loves it in the Champions League, and he slides that one into the bottom corner just past Kelleher, and it books us a place in the quarterfinals. And we're here at the Theatre of Dreams. Man United in the semis. And in the first leg, it was an absolute disaster class. We lost 3-1. Meaning 2-0 will be okay, but we need 3 goals to make sure that we go through to the next round. Now, to start with in this game, you can see we're absolutely putting on the pressure. Joelinton giving it into Marles. Marles into Pellegrini, but he just overruns it a little bit. But look at the pressure from the boys, not giving them a minute's peace. The ball gets fired out here. Reese down into Marles, and he just spins on it and drops one into the top binzer. This man in this episode today is dishing up bangers like his name's Gordon Bloody Ramsay, and this one was particularly delicious. What a start to this game from the boys, and I tell you what, that just gives us the green light. Go for it, lads. Stick it in, stick it on them. And in the next couple of minutes here, Joelinton, absolute attenzione, pickpocket, gives the ball into Bailey, and we've turned it round. We're 3-3 on aggregate. And I tell you what, lads, the Theatre of Dreams is turning into the Theatre of Nightmares for the locals, as Mr. How To, driving towards the box again, gives the ball into the island boy. Pellegrini gets taken out, and we have a chance. Ten Hag's not happy at all, but we are buzzing our little tits off. Pellegrini's going to step up to send us through to the semi-finals, and he just tinks it down the middle. The Italian stallion, former Capitano, seals it for Inter Milano, and we find ourselves in the semi-finals. In our first season with the Nerazzurri, it was meant to be a rebuild season. We were meant to be recovering, but we are bloody thriving. The Milan derby up next, and we are desperate for points at the tail end of this season as we desperately try and get ourselves into the Champions League spots for next. The island boy goes and smashes one past Mignon. It's absolutely let him cook stuff. Man's got 90 finishing. Honestly, he's absolutely incredible. Marles getting sent down the line here. Gives the ball into Fabio Silva. Over to Pellegrini. And it's the island boy again. He's picking up the scraps. Secures us the dub in the Milan derby again. And I tell you what, lads, if we thought that was a big one, welcome to the Santiago Bernabeu, the first leg of the semi-finals of the Champions League this season. And it couldn't have gone any bloody worse to start with. We were getting absolutely dominated. And the little rat himself, Fernandez, goes and drops one into that bottom corner. Nothing Galini could have done about it. But with all the pressure being on us for the most of the game, we bring on the young guns to just give them a little bit of a taste of their own medicine. Fresh legs, and we're driving forward here. Duran going very close. Big stop from Courtois. But look at this for hustling and bustling. Joelinton not giving Harvey Elliott any time to turn. He doesn't know where he's giving. He gives it back to Courtois, and Puskas Award goes and nicks the ball off him and sticks it into the empty net with absolute snatch and grab stuff from the Nerazzurri. Inter Milan give himself a lifeline as we go into the second leg. And I tell you what, we are bloody going to need it because this Real Madrid side is naughty. Last game of the highlights then as we go back to league football. It's against the old lady. We started the highlights against them and we're going to finish them against them as well. Pellegrini has the ball lofted into him. It's a lovely little bit of ingenuity from Bailey, but he just can't quite get the ball into the back of the net. Again, Mr. How-To, he's just controlling play in the midfield. That's why I'm desperate to have him at CDM. But the Island boy comes forward and absolutely unleashes the Kraken. The power shot here comes off the defender's toe, and I tell you what, even when it's wrong, it's bloody right with the Island boy. Just like kissing your brother, some might say. He ain't stopping there, though. He's clean for on goal again. It's death, it's taxes, and it's off the post this time. But Malaise comes in and sticks it into the back of the net for us. The Serbian Terminator, of course, has his little bit of 2 pence worth in this one. It's another dirty little deflection. Beats Galini. But the last couple of minutes, they press self-destruct. And Duran with the beautiful little Peter Dinklage. It's weighted to perfection, just like your girlfriend is. Now she's been on the old Atkins diet. It's outstanding. It's magisterial. And Duran has just sealed another valuable 3 points for the Black and Blues as we go in to have a look at the table itself. Now, it's not pretty reading, is it? It's Conference League football at best. Europa League football if we're bloody dreaming, and Champions League football if we're in absolute dreamland. It's not looking good, but let's turn our minds. Let's turn all our focus to the Champions League. This is the team that we're rocking with. 1 all on Ag. All we need to do is keep it nice and tight at the back, but we're low on everyone, basically. Dumfries, Bastoni and Mr. How-To at the back. It's going to be Reese and Joel in centre defensive midfield. You've got Alanga and you've got Marles on either wing. You've got Puskas Award in there, Hartman and Duran up front. And it's the Champions League semi-final. I don't have to tell you how important this one is. So what we have to do is play it live. I'll tell you what then, so much for this being a transition season. Semi-finals. We've had a real decent chance to go through to the final. But in our way is Los Blancos, the Galacticos of Real Madrid. Oh, I can see Asensio in there today. They've also got Dani Ceballos. So, like us, they've had to change it up a little bit. But they've still got Vinny in there. They've still got some players they can move. Come on, boys. Inter Milano. Let's get through to this bloody Champions League final. Oh, I tell you what. In the last game, though, we stuck it on them, didn't we? Put a little bit of pressure on them. They crumble like an absolute digestive. Here's Harvey back into his former Liverpool teammate. They've worked it really well. Oh, early shots. Naughty. Oh, they've absolutely turned Scalini with a massive... Oh, God. Massive save, Galini. Males has gone. Should have passed it. Oh! He almost crept in. Courtois. I thought he dealt with that easy. Almost crept him. He didn't want it. He didn't like it. Right, Bastoni, your head. Your head on this. Mr. How-To's instead. We're putting on the pressure at the moment. I reckon it's equal. He always beats us, you know. Oh, Vinny's done him. Easy! Galini, come on, mate. You need to be collecting them, catching them all day long. It's catching practice. Get this ball gone then. Get this ball gone then. Oh, my God. How was Milito got in front of him there. And it's bloody Trent. Oh, God. Absolute cat amongst the pigeons job here, you know. Come on, boys. Who's meant to be marking Militao? It's Bastoni, you know. Bastoni's let him walk. Gutting. That's lovely. That's a great little bit of movement. Hartman! Put it in! Oh! How has that not gone over the line? Oh, that's lovely. That's such an early little header over. And Hartman, you can go. Biscoff. I can see ya. Oh! How has he missed that? I tell you what, get yourself headband, because you can clearly not see the ball coming at you. How have you missed? Just stick it on target. You're literally a foot from the goal line. Win that. Oh, Biscoff, you're going the wrong way. Good win. Good win. Keep the ball in. Right, they're slinging players forward, you know. He's done him. He's through. He's gonna finish! Pellegrini! Ciao bella! Benito tutti! Absolutely class. El Capitano, I know I took the bloody armband off ya, but I still consider ya in some ways to be my El Cap. You're my captain today, and captain my captain, you have just set sail! God, right. Let's do just what we've been doing. Keeping him at bay. Nothing silly. Nothing silly, I said. Look at that. Oh, Pellegrini. Not you. Not you, Pellegrini. Oh, no. I said at the start of the game, I can see Danny Ceballos have clearly messed it around. They've clearly chopped and changed, playing some of their second stringers. And he's made me absolutely gobble me words up. Oh, I'm devastated. I'm absolutely devoed. Danny Ceballos has absolutely sunk us. Come on then. We ain't even got any time. Oh, I'm gutted. I'm so gutted. I know we weren't even meant to be anywhere near the semi-finals. But to come that close and to play that well, and me to scream about Pellegrini being the bloody captain, I feel like an absolute mug. Oh, I've had a Western. Oh, it's hanging. I want it to be hanging, but in a totally different way. It's an absolute devastating blow from Real Madrid, but we've got 3 games left of this season and we need European football. Now, this is the table as it's looking at the mo. Inter Milan sitting in 6th. We've basically secured that. You've got Juventus who are in the Europa League spots, and then you've got Lazio who are in the Champions League spots. Let's face it, boys, we don't want conference. We don't even want Europa. It's Champions League football we want. Game 1 of 3 finals then, and it's Parma at the San Siro. We need to be absolutely demolishing lads like these. And in the first couple of minutes here, the Puskas Award wins the ball. We give the ball over to Marles and he sticks it away. The man has been absolutely on fuego today in this episode. And he secures us 3 points in that one, even though it's a little bit of a scare at the end. Roma were the next team up against us then. Bailey with a fantastic effort to start with. Joel Linton sending shot. like he's back in the favelas. Roma wrapping one, but Galini definitely equal to it. Marles coming down the line again, though. Swings the ball in. Mr. How-To makes an absolute hash brown of it, but the Island boy stabs it home. Roma having another effort at goal. Galini saves it, but it's well recycled, and it's Ferreira to go and stick the ball into the back of the net. But again, lads, we're knocking on the door, and Pellegrini comes back, the Italian stallion, to haunt his former club. Last minute of the game here, and it's just cannoned off the bar. 3 points in that one, which leaves us 1 point behind Lazio and 3 points behind Juventus. Maybe Champions League football is out of the question, but going into this last game against Hellas Verona, we need all 3 points to try and get us into that Europa League spot. The team going into the final game of the season, then, it's our strongest lineup. Galini, Dumfries, Bastoni, and How-To at the back. You got Reece and Joel Linton in the central defensive midfield spots. Alanga, Bailey, and Marles on the other side. You've got Pellegrini, and you've got Fabio Silva, the Island boy, up front. Lads, last game of the season. Can we get ourselves Europa League football? There is only one way to find out, and that's by playing it live. Right then, last game of season against Hellas Verona. It's a little bit of a meh one. We can only get Europa League, and that's if we win and Lazio lose. Lazio are against AC Milan, so you'd expect them to lose. We're against Verona. You'd expect us to win, but you don't know. You never know with a team like us. We can turn up one day, we can absolutely have a cracker, and then on another day, we have a shocker. Come on, boys. Come on, the Inter Milan. Last game of season. Let's secure some Europa League footy. I tell you what, I am not exactly comfortable here. I am not exactly comfortable. They're causing... Oh my God, Isaac has just done it. I knew it was going to be him. I knew it was going to be you, Isaac. They've played a delightful little ball, and Isaac has just absolutely hammered it in. Mate, he's almost absolutely took the net with him. Terrible start. Awful start. Come on. What are they doing at the back? What are they doing at the back? Oh, it's a big save. Oh, I tell you what, the keeper's done insane little bit of football there. Ida Pellegrini! Not good. Come on, boys. To do with the ball. Oh, Pellegrini! There he is, Vice Capitano. Oh, I've been bad-mouthing him for God knows how long. I was absolutely cussing him in the build-up, and he's just stuck one in the absolute stanchione. Didn't want to stick it in, gave it back to Pellegrini. And he's absolutely outside of the foot. Please don't go behind the goal, you absolute knobhead. Wanted that from behind. That's what she said! We can absolutely break now. We can really break now. And he's played it through to Fab. Go on, Fab. Stick it in. Oh, it's a good tackle. Oh, bloody goal kick as well, are you mad? Oh, Fab. Almost got there. Oh, he's going to nick that. Pellegrini. Nicked it. Oh! Oh, would have been beautiful. It would have been an absolute exquisite end to the half, but it's just gone wide. Mr. How-To's going to get there, though. Let's give it to Biscoff. And Biscoff is going to drive. Oh, it's a great tackle, but it's a corner. Come on! Come on, Inter Milan! Come on! Let's get this swung in. Mr. How-To's head. Mr. How-To's head. Bastoni, edge of the box. Oh! Oh no. Not like this. Not like this. Not like Conference League. Not. Oh god. Ooh. Oh, it's over. It's over. It's done. Oh my god. Is it Europa League or not? We've absolutely fumbled the Baggington. We don't look happy. Tankinho, don't look happy. Oh, right, let's rip the bandage off. Let's go have a look. Well, it did turn out to be a bit of a transition season, didn't it? Lazio went and beat me. I swear down, Milan did that on bloody purpose, didn't they? They've already won the title. They didn't really give a toss. And they've just thrown it away to Lazio. Lazio get themselves into that Europa League spot. Torino, mate, what the hell are Torino doing up there? But Inter Milan in the Conference League spots. We're going to have to give it our all, and let's face it, we should walk that one next season. Quick look at the end of season stats then. Duran, most goals of the season with 16. Alanga getting 14 as well. Pellegrini putting an absolute magisterial performance in with 13. And then, of course, Island Boy. We expect him to get loads more next season, but he only got 7 this season. Assist leader is going to be Pellegrini. 23 goal involvements altogether. Alanga up there as well with, 24 involvements. Absolutely class performance from him. Bastoni up there with 5 as well. And Risi in there with 5 as well. But let's face it, even though he's only scored 7 and assisted 4, Meles was the best player of this episode, wasn't he? I bloody love him. And he will definitely be involved next season. But that is the end of the episode, geezers. Thank you very much once again for sticking around, liking and subscribing. Let's show them geezers who talk crap about my channel exactly what's going to go on in the next couple of months. It's much love from me. I will see you again next week with another episode. Much love and peace.